Hi there.
All right, so let's get into it. Anxiety. I'm not sure what kind of anxiety you're experiencing. However, like when I have had problems with anxiety, mine was like the rapid heartbeat, the panic attacks, where you feel like you're gonna die.
Yes.
You really feel like
you want to run out of
you
the
want to run out
room.
of the room. Your heart's pounding.
Everyone's staring at you. You're sweating.
You feel like everybody's watching you. Yes.
You can hear your heart.
Yes. Yes.
Noise.
Yes. So yes, it's like, what is that called? Like
Vibrations.
Yes. So what has caused it? I really have learned that diet plays a big part. Mine was brought on when I would drink a lot of alcohol. Like I'd have 12, 15 beers a night, and then I would chain smoke on top of it, and that would really trigger my anxiety the next day.
Yeah, mine was the drinking.
And then what would it do for you, your anxiety?
I would feel a little emotional and then kind of panicky a couple of days later.
Or?
Yes, if I didn't have the normal drinks that I would have. And then I'm like, you know what? I think it's I looked into it, and it's the alcohol, the substance that
like
you're,
the withdrawals.
The withdrawals, and it must just be like, cut it out.
So if you are drinking, I'm not sure if you do. If you do drink,
that can be it.
So let's cut the drinking out. Also, I have noticed too, coffee. I love coffee. I love iced coffee. Unfortunately, my body can't tolerate it anymore. So I had to give up my coffee, and
I have to cut down on
sucks,
like one coffee now.
But that's made a big difference because there was times where like I'd be doing nothing. I'd be just sitting, writing something
and it
down,
creeps up on you.
And it creeps up. It's like, oh, I don't feel like I can't breathe. And so I have gone and seen. Oh, also, I want to see if you're still having these symptoms often, then maybe you should go talk to your primary care.
Yes, definitely.
Talk to your primary care, see if they can refer you to mental health or your insurance, or I don't know how it works.
Sometimes they last for a good while. Mine, the longest I've had a panic attack would be, I would say, like an hour until I went to the emergency.
Did yours happen where you felt like your fingers were tingling?
Yes, a little that, and then I'm like, you know what? No, I have to go get checked out. And then, they told me, hey, check up with your doctor. They gave me some of that.
Diazepam.
Yes, and it just everything was calm.
Yeah. So always go to your doctor if it's continuing. If not, there are some tips and tricks that we have learned to deal with it. When it comes on now, we can recognize it. I've noticed too, like you can do the 5 where you do your fingers, and every time you go up, you take a deep breath. And then when you come down, when you focus on doing this up and down motion, that'll help. It helps regulate I can't remember what it's called, but it helps with the vagus nerve or something like that. Another thing I've learned is if you have water around you, have a glass of water. Another thing you do if you're really having like the heart pounding where you can hear your heartbeat like in your ears. If you're around a sink, go put the tap on cold and just run your wrist around the cold water for like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
and that helps regulate like the blood pressure. It helps. I think that's what it is. I think it stimulates the vagus nerve.
Yeah,
I think it's called the vagus nerve. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But it's supposed to help like regulate the heart rhythm again back to normal. And again, self-affirmations. I really do think that that's important. You have to. It's all in the mind.
Yes.
It's all in the mind. You have to tell yourself, hey, we're in a safe place. Why do I feel like this? Like sometimes it can be your intuition though. Maybe you're not in the right spot. Like if you're in a place, an unfamiliar place, and it's just time you gotta get the hell out of there. That can happen too. But let's not confuse.
Yes.
And
always don't try your best not to panic because that can totally escalate everything, and then you'll really be like hyperventilating. And then especially if you're driving, it's terrible. And say like you're driving your kids, like how we were talking about school in this video, something like that, or anxiety also could be like with the video. You're dropping your kids off to school and you see all these parents, these cars. Oh my gosh, it's anxiety
or the afternoon
rush. All that. Yeah, I definitely understand that. But yeah, same little exercises do. Don't panic.
Also, if you have time, try to do a food diary. That'll help too. Figure out what are you eating every time that you feel that anxiety. Because, like for example, my triggers, I've noticed seafood for some reason. Shrimp. Like if I have shrimp too late in the day, I'll have a panic attack later tonight. I already know that. Like I just know my body will do that. Certain foods will do it too. Cheese. I don't know why. Sometimes cheese, like weird. Cheddar cheese. So foods. Foods are very important. What we put into our body really makes a difference. What other things?
I've noticed sometimes with certain spices that I'm like, ooh, or it could be like an allergic reaction. Like,
how about scents? Does scents give you anxiety sometimes?
Sometimes, not too. I really haven't figured that one out, but I just know.
I notice sometimes like people
sleep deprived, all that.
Sleep will play a very big part.
Yes.
So try your best to get as much sleep.
Even if it's 15 minutes, you're on a lunch break or whatever. Just close your eyes. Doesn't mean you have to go to sleep. Just close your eyes and just try to chill out.
Deep breathing really helps.
Yes.
It's just like when you're in labor. I'm always stuck on that one. Like to tell you, breathe in through your nose. through your mouth, and it helps. That's how you get through contractions and stuff. And I mean, at least it worked for me. I had 6 kids with no epidurals and all that, because that's what I wanted, for the benefit of the children and myself. So these are all tips, and I hope that they help you. And if not, let us know what kind of anxiety you're having. And again, we're not doctors.
Yes, disclaimer, we're not doctors.
But if we can help, I mean, that's the whole point of social media. As long as you're supposed to hopefully learn something, and there's so many things you can learn on here. It's just like anything else. Google's free. Have a good night.